The idiot in the green sweatshirt and baseball cap is me, and I'm going to be spending the next 24 hours in my garage until I'm able to get my Cobalt SS engine swap running, or I'll have to spend the entire day there, which will be by far the hardest challenge that I have ever done up until this point. However, before I can even start with my survival challenge, I need to get my supplies and my tools from the other garage into the other garage before 11 o'clock when the challenge begins.
And in a nick of time, at 11 o'clock exactly, the challenge begins. This is my new home for the next 24 hours. We got some organizing to do. My garage is so messy is because I share my automotive shop with my older brother's woodworking shop. So we have all of his wood and all of his tools. So as you can see, we're not exactly working together in the greatest cohesion. And so we have quite a mess. We have an engine over there. We have an engine hoist over there. Now the organization has a long ways to go, but I can finally walk through here easily. However, I noticed a problem. Before I organize any more of this disaster of a garage, I need to have a place where I can stay the night and a place to call home. So I think this place right here will do just fine with the TV right here. We're about to watch some Transformers, but I don't know how to sleep or where to sleep. Luckily for me, my dad is a hoarder, and I spotted this cot that has been here for several years, tucked away in this corner, so this is going to be my bed. Now the next order of business is to find the oil filter on this car. I've never changed the oil on this car before because I didn't have it long before it blew up. So I'm going to go over to the old engine, and I'm going to see if I can find old engine oil filter on this car so I can look where to find it on the new one. Now, unfortunately for me, the designer of the Cobalt SS is an idiot. Whenever I find this engineer, I'm going to beat him up. Right down there, you see that plastic hex nut? That is the cap to the oil filter, and I do not currently have my oil sockets at home because I did not think that it was going to be in this location, and so that means that I'm going to be stuck here for the next 24 hours because it means I will not be able to get it started and running. However, I'm going to do as much as I can before I can try and get it started and running. As if not being able to get to the engine oil filter wasn't bad enough, now I'll have you guys check this out. The clutch pedal has no resistance and goes all the way to the floor. And the transmission, it will not go into gear. So there's something wrong with the clutch, and there's something wrong with the transmission. I have transmission fluid, but it's a hydraulic clutch, and I think that there's a clutch line that I forgot to attach, and you can't see it, but it's way in these deep crevasses. And I couldn't even show you with a flashlight. So I'm going to try and figure out the missing hose there. I'm also going to try and figure out the missing hose here, because the pressure in the brake fluid reservoir is directly related to the pressure in the hydraulic clutch. So I need to figure that out. And once I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. Good news is I'm 90% sure I found the clutch line. Bad news is I don't know how to install it or where it goes. And I also still don't know about that brake reservoir hose and where that goes. So stay tuned as I figure this out. But more importantly, and more dire than that, I have realized, I didn't think through this all the way, I have to poop. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, seeing as there is no bathroom in here at all. But I know it's not really cheating, right? Because technically I'm never leaving the foundation if I extend the foundation. So my plan is to make a trail of objects from this garage into the house so I can use the restroom. Here's my philosophy. So, if this is the foundation of the garage, and I'm always touching something that's touching the foundation of the garage, I'm not really leaving the garage. And I'm only using this so I can poop, so I don't have to poop on the floor. So I think this is a valid excuse, and also a valid point of reasoning. Alright, I'm gonna grab more stuff, and I'll catch you there. we've done it. Without touching the ground, except for the garage foundation. We have successfully made it back to our path. So I found my flashlight.
For the hood, understand.
Well, I was planning on getting work done, but I lost my flashlight.
For the hood, understand.
It's hard to see, but after about 10 minutes of fumbling around in the blind or in the dark, I was finally able to get the clutch line installed up top. Now, all I have to do is figure out where it goes on the bottom. I have no idea where it goes. Well, guys, we're a little over a quarter of the way in. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't exhausted. I haven't actually spent that much time working on the car like I was supposed to. I've actually ended up spending a lot of my time watching TV or just scrolling on my phone because I'm exhausted. I was up until 1 or 2 last night with a buddy of mine, and I have no motivation to work on this car right now, but I'm trying to do it since I'm stuck out here with it anyways. Alright, it's impossible to see. I wish I could show you guys, but basically under this oil cooler right here, a little port for the other line from the hydraulic clutch to go into that attaches to the transmission. However, I can't get to it because the engine, with the way it sits from factory, doesn't have enough clearance for you to lift off that point or put it back on for that matter. So my plan is to bust out the engine hoist and lift it up while it's still in the car. If I can lift it up at all, any amount would, I'm sure, help. But I'm also going to double check and see if I can find out with a few YouTube videos. So I'll let you guys know what I find out in a little bit. Well, I've lost basically all motivation to keep working on this car in front of me. And I barely worked on it at all today. The whole point of this video was to try and work on it and get it running. I was so unprepared for that, which means we're going to have a part 2 where I come more prepared. However, in this part 1, we got dinner, crepes and quesadillas. We also brewed our own tea. I brought out a hot water heater when I first set up the things to bring. And now we have tea, space heater, food, nature, bulldozer. What more could you want, man? We're gonna watch some Netflix. Bro, I know there's all this talk about escaping the Matrix, but I'm living in the Matrix, bro. It was the best of times and it was the worst of times. That is until my brother brought me out a garden gnome. I'm no longer alone, guys. We are, let me see here. We are about 8 hours into this challenge and we have made our first friend, our first companion. Let me know in the comments what we should name him. Right now the running name is Nomeo. Unless you come up with a better name, his name will be Nomeo. You guys have 38 hours to come up with a better name than Nomeo. And I have a few hours until I'm able to get this grease off my face because I have nothing to wash without here. What's up, guys? We're 9 hours in and I know I told you I was done. But then I drank a cup of black tea and now I have more energy than I've had all night. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to lift up the engine a little bit.
Rubbing is strong, we grind. Trust that we're aligned. Faith in the qualities bind. We rise and intertwine.
Well, aside from making me look like I'm from Africa, that plan accomplished absolutely nothing. So, all I've done is taken up more space by the car with this engine hoist. I'm going to have to end up taking off that engine oil cooler. Hopefully there's no fluids in there. I've never taken off one of those before, so I don't know what to expect, so bear with me. I have to say, there are more than a few positives when it comes to having the exact same engine out and having a replica to look at when you get stuck. In this case, I'm wanting to know how to remove the oil cooler. And I don't want to look at a YouTube video because I have stubbornness issues. So, from the looks of things, I have a couple of Torx bits, one there and one there. I have one more Torx bit right there. So in total, I should just need to remove 3 Torx bits and take this thing right off. Now it's going to be easier said than done because it's in an impossible to reach place. It's been a couple hours. I've been fully converted to an African. I finally got the clutch line installed. And now it's time to do something I should have done hours ago. But I'm going to do 11 hours into the challenge because I didn't start with it in the beginning. Organizing my desktop and workspace so I finally have somewhere that I can work. And also, in the meantime, clean up all of this and to the point where I can at least walk through here. Alright, let's get it.
In the ball of these minds, we ride in intertwine. Hold it tight to the plan. Brotherhood, understand. Life's a gamble, a chance. Through the storms we advance. Keep the faith, never stray. Loyalty in every way. Promises made, we don't bend.
Alright guys, it's late. It's 2:14. Alright guys, it's 10:56. I've literally done nothing but just sit in here and watch TV. And just like that guys, the challenge is officially over. 24 hours in the garage. If you enjoyed this at all, please subscribe.
Coming is strong, we grind. Trust that we're aligned.